You don't think I know that? You don't think I know I'm fucking crazy? Look at my brain! For Christ's sake, lady, now you can't. Heal me!
First, take a big step back and literally
Fuck your own face!
You doing too much, yeah, you doing too much. You doing too much, ayo, you doing too much. You doing too much, yeah, he doing too much. You doing too much, yeah, she doing too much. You doing too much when you should follow the basics. You doing too much for likes and hard-eyed faces. You doing too much being alive when you're nameless. You doing too much, fuck is you famous? Playing ball, showing off, you doing too much. Acting hard in your car, you doing too much. Sniffing the biggest coke lines, you doing too much. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my own little personal show, The Breakdown. I feel like a lot of people have lyrics where they don't really fully understand what you're saying, and we live in a generation now where battle rap is starting to finally catch on to the rest of the masses. And battle rap, the form of the lyrics, there's so many ways to go about it. It's so much fun. I always wrote from the heart because I started with poems, and I turned that into little few bars here and there without even realizing it. And I think by 2015 is when I was like really incorporating and adapting the battle rap form into the music. So I blame y'all for it. So now every line is a bar, like a metaphor. You also got wordplay and word associations, all that stuff. But I don't want to make these videos long because I don't like making long videos. So let me just tell you that that's the main reason why I'm making these videos, to explain my lyrics and my songs. That's why this is called The Breakdown. People hate what they don't understand, and I get hate on a lot. The hate I get is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, anything is your tool. Like, the world is my tool. I can use anything as a reference. You know, I mostly use movie references, but I used everything around me. Current events that's going on in the world, music groups, individuals, things that happened. The world is my tool. You know what I mean? That's why I love where I'm at now in making music. You know, I'm much more grown now, so it's much more fun. When I first started making music, it was to prove something. Then when I got over that, it was to make it. Then when I got over that, I realized that it's my salvation. You know what I mean? Making music, it's like my therapy. You know what I mean? It's like who I come to talk to. I come to talk to myself and lay it all on a line on a paper. All my lyrics are cuatro bars. Alright? I know some people won't take it or see it that way, but we all have our own perspective. But most of my bars are cuatro bars. There's like 4 meanings in them. The first is how you take it when you hear it. That's like the first one. The second is the metaphor behind it. You know what I mean? The metaphor that was used for saying what I'm trying to say. The third was, then there's the meaning behind it. The third is always like the meaning behind it, what I mean. And the last, there's always another way to look at it. The last is just I can always point another way to look at it. Not all my bars, but most of my lyrics are cuatro bars. The Bible says the strongest weapon that we have is our mouth. It can get you into shit and get you out of shit. So basically, the mouth is the weapon. You know what I mean? So that's my major metaphor for all my lyrics. All my lyrics are crafted mainly for that meaning, that whenever I mention gun bars or how powerful or how big the gun is. I'm talking about how big my speech is. But you can look at it like gun bars also. But the deeper meaning is the sword of the mouth, because the mouth is the sword. So let's get to this song where I'm going to explain every line word for word, because every line is a bar. My favorite thing to do is the bar schemes. I love doing that. I love writing those. One thing I almost forgot. A lot of this started because I didn't know what the fuck to do with all this. This is all my lyrics. One big bag of lyrics. There's tons of them in here. And I didn't want to just throw it away. I wanted to do something with it. That's what started the show. I wanted to explain all my lyrics. I have a lot of shows to do.
My partner just called. Wait the fuck a minute. My partner just called me, asked me for a rack to next week, right? His bitch just got 9,500. Can't get this nigga 2 G's.
Facts.
Yeah. Public service announcement. All these bad bitches got all the
tax money. You want to pop them off none? Hey yo, let's talk about it. Hey yo, when I heard Little Boosie say that when he was going off talking about that, yo, I was dying. I was going off with him. I was his biggest cheerleader. I was like, talk that shit, Little Boosie. Yo, I haven't heard much of his music, but I fuck with Little Boosie. Yo, he funny as hell. So I had to put that intro when he's talking that shit. I put the intro for this song. By the way, this song is called "Scariest Movie" because I'm mentioning a lot of the movies, but I'm talking about a bigger picture. The basis of the song is people who are, in it for themselves and very sneaky. You know what I'm saying? So in the chorus, I'm saying die in the cold, numb to your skin, because people will leave you to die. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be outside waiting cold forever. You know what I mean? You'll be numb to your skin. You're going to die in the cold. Dig a hole, jump right in. A lot of people be digging their own graves. So I'm saying if you're going to dig your own grave, you might as well jump right in, the rabbit hole, and you might as well learn something. And that's why I said the next line, ditch what you know. You know what I mean? Just get rid of everything that's been programmed in your brain, everything that's been indoctrinated in your head since you were little. So I said, ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin. Bin's trash, obviously, throw it in the trash. So take everything you know and throw it in the trash. Throw it away, because it's all bullshit. All bullshit. Everything in code. That's the next line. Everything in code. Because everything. There's a hidden language behind everything. Because we live in a duality world. It's an occult world. So if you haven't looked into it, if you're not aware of it, then I'm probably talking gibberish to you. But there's a whole nother world out there, and every movie you watch is telling you it. So if you're not in tune with your star fucking player, you ain't catching it. Oh, and the last line is, you better know who's your friend. Because people are talking in code, even your friends, you can get caught up. You could be the sacrifice. You know what I mean? So let's go into the verse. Jump right in, ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin, everything in code, you better know who's your friend. Die in the cold, numb to your skin, dig a hole, jump right in, ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin, everything in code, you better know who's your friend. Couldn't change my mind, proud Mary, it's fucked up how I raised the 9. Alright, that first line. All the money in the world. There's that movie, All the Money in the World, with Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Williams, as you see in the pictures. Basically, all the money in the world couldn't change my mind. You know, my spirit is intact. You know what I mean? You couldn't get me to do something just for money. Proud Mary, if you haven't seen that movie Proud Mary, she raised the 9. She shot the father while the kid was in the other room playing video games. So basically it's fucked up how she raised that 9. Or you could look at it like he was 9 years old and she raised him fucked up, you know, ever since she shot the father. They didn't really specify how old the boy was in the movie, so you could look at that metaphor also. But it was fucked up how she raised the 9, how she killed the father, and the kid's life is all fucked up from there. You know what I mean? He was raised fucked up ever since she raised that 9. It's fucked up how I raised the 9 on this set. Now on the set, like, you know, gangs and shit like that, people's gangs on their set, and then you got the set for the movie set. So I said, on this set, get shot to the neck. That's all, bitches. You try to speak, but no tone in your last call, bitches. So basically I'm talking about the movie Pitch Perfect 3, which is the last call pitches. So yeah, so the last call pitches, because that's their last call. The last call, when you die, that'll be your last, you know, you won't be able to speak. It'll be your last tone, you know what I mean, your last pitch. Because when you get shot to the neck, that's all, bitches. You try to speak, no tone, your last call pitches. This is Molly's game. You gotta have a shooter before the last stop, clock every commuter. Now what this means is everywhere around the world there's some kind of woman pulling the strings, you know. So that's why I said this is Molly's game. You know, this is a woman's world, in other words, in other sense. This is Molly's game. You gotta have a shooter. You can't just be a woman and not have a shooter, because you will get ran up on and get robbed for everything like Molly did in the movie. An old ass man pistol whipped her and had her empty her whole case. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a shooter. You know what I mean? In this life, you gotta have someone to protect you. That's the metaphor. Like, when you have money, you gotta have somebody to protect you, no matter who you are. Let's see what I say next. Oh yeah, you gotta have a shooter before the last stop, clock every commuter. Now this is that movie Commuter with Liam Neeson, whatever. Yeah, and he's in this movie, and he's basically offered a deal, you know, and at the last stop he has to find this person. So he's watching everybody, you know what I mean? He's watching everybody. So when I say before the last stop, clock every commuter, so basically to your last stop, meaning like to your death, to your last breath, that last stop. You still gotta clock everybody. You gotta watch everybody. You know what I mean? You gotta watch where you're going. So before your last stop, clock every commuter. You know what I mean? You just gotta watch where you're going, basically. Nothing is forever. We're possessed to build and destroy like the Winchester. That's a bar. Now think about that, because the old lady was possessed to keep building at the Winchester house. In I think it's in San Jose, California. And she has to keep satisfying the needs of these spirits that are possessing her to build these rooms. And whenever like she completed a room, I guess she completed the spirit's task, and then she'd have to destroy the room right after building the room. So therefore, build and destroy, just like we do in life, we build just to destroy. But she was also possessed. So that's why I said, nothing is forever. We're possessed to build and destroy like the Winchester. A restless means. the real criminals hide behind a badge. Den of Thieves. If you haven't seen that movie, Den of Thieves, real thieves are the police because they've gotten away with so much and not even a question or a slap in the wrist. So they've been thieving for years. And so they're the biggest thieves and they hide behind their badge. And so, you know, sometimes they be above the law. Biblically, I wrote this. Lighthouse by the sea. It's funny how we all have cold skin. That's a bar. Like, that shit is so deep and metaphoric the way I meant it. It's crazy. Like, when you see the pictures here that I lay up underneath my chin, you see the lighthouse. In this movie, if you've seen this movie, you understand how biblically it is and how crazy it is. You can call us those cold people, that the blue beings. The disaster artist. Boy, the world's ruled by creepy old men wearing women's garments. Because all these sororities and brotherhoods and all that, like, you force each other to wear women dresses. And a lot of you old creepy dudes be getting into women clothes. Yes, you be wearing women garments. Yeah, so creepy old men, you know, if you watch that movie Disaster Artist, it's telling you right then and there. Like, the dude has a bottomless pit of money in the bank. Nobody knows where it came from. Think about that shit. Nobody knows who he is and all this other shit, all these unanswered questions, but then yet they show him at the end of the movie and all this. He's an obvious Illuminati member. I mean, come on, he has a bottomless pit of money? Bruh. Then they make a movie about him. And he's acting like he's younger. He's acting like he's younger. That's James and Dave Franco. Uh-huh. I see you. He was, you know, approaching the younger Dave Franco, you know. And he's that typical story, you know, wanting to make it in Hollywood. Yo, it's mad subliminal. You watch that movie. So my bar is crazy. I said, it's funny how we all have cold skin. The disaster artist. Boy, this world's ruled by creepy old men wearing women's garments. Crazy.
President money, you could be dead for dinero. My body is my weapon.
Red Sparrow. Alright, so that last line to end the first verse is president money. You can be dead for dinero. My body is my weapon. Red Sparrow. I talked about earlier how the mouth is the weapon, but also the body can be used as a weapon. Your hand, gun, your feet. Your body is your weapon, regardless. Also, women, they can use their body as a weapon, just as I meant in my metaphor. In the movie Red Sparrow, Jennifer Lawrence, they use her as a weapon. They use her sexiness, you know, so her body is a weapon. So that was the metaphor. And president money, you could be dead for dinero. Well, president on money, the president is dead and he's on money. So that's the bar. President money. You could be dead for dinero. He's dead on the money. You could be dead for cash. Like, as in, I pay somebody cash to kill you. President money. You could be dead for dinero. Alright, that's the first verse. Let's get into the second verse. I'll ghost dad you as choking your throat through the phone. Toe tag you before you notice what you missed at home. Alright, if Ghost Dad, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't seen it, it's an old movie. I think it's the 80s. Bill Cosby, I'll ghost dad you. That's choking your throat through the phone. Toe tag you before you notice what you missed at home. Alright, so when Bill Cosby died, after he died, he realized what he missed at home. He saw his children and all that as a ghost. He saw all the things that he missed out on and things he could have been there for. So, what you missed at home. I'll ghost dad you, the movie. And he chokes, as you see in the picture, He's choking your throat through the phone. I've always wanted to do that. I've always expressed that to like a female on the phone, like, yo, I want to fucking choke your throat through the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know some dudes feel like that. I know somebody feels me. You just want to choke their throat through the phone. I'll ghost dad you. You know, I want to kill you, toe tag you. Before you notice what you missed at home. And then the next bar is, you'll be floating. And I don't mean sitting on a boat. You'll be floating, because Bill Cosby was floating. And I don't mean sitting on a boat, because when you're sitting on a boat, you're floating. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like when you're dead in spirit, you're going to be floating. As he was in the movie. And then I said, and I don't mean sitting on a boat. Real terror plots. You're falling into monsters. The Cloverfield Paradox. And if you've seen that movie, the 4th edition, I think it's the 4th one, or 3rd one. No, 3rd one. It's the 3rd one. The 3rd edition of Cloverfield, and the 3rd one at the end, the woman who was in a spaceship, she was falling into the monsters. You know what I mean? So the metaphor there is, you know, people always fall into the demons, you know, fall into evil, you know what I mean? They fall into the monsters, fall into the tricks. That's the metaphor. That's the real terror plot. Falling into monsters, the Cloverfield Paradox. This beam will change the world. This beam will change the world. As if the gun, the beam will change the world. In the movie Cloverfield Paradox, when they set off the beam, it's like that spaceship released the monsters and the demons. So therefore that beam is what changed the world. This beam will change the world. This beam will change the world. Head hit so hard, your wig's looking like carrot tops. And I don't mean the way it twirls. So basically, head hit so hard, your wig's looking like carrot tops. Because carrot tops, as you see in the picture, his hair's out. But so picture that being blood, the way his hair is splattered out. That's going to be the blood. Head hit so hard, your wig's looking like carrot tops. And I don't mean the way it twirls. Splash. Your brain's on the outside, but you still can't look in. Matt Damon downsize. In a small world, you'll never be good again. If you've seen the movie Downsize, when you become small, you can never be big again. So you'll never be good. Like once you go small, you have to stay like that. And it's a small world, because once you're small, you know it's a small world. El Chapo, I'm good with the pen. So basically, El Chapo, he escaped prison, so you know he was good at getting out of there. And I'm obviously saying I'm good with the pen. El Chapo, I'm good with the pen. No one can ride my wave, tsunami. I'll never be trapped in the game, Jumanji. So obviously nobody can really ride a tsunami. I think one person tried and he almost died or something, or he might have died, but nobody could ride a tsunami wave. So I'm basically saying nobody could ride my wave. You know, basically it's hard to keep up with me, my lyrics, my style, my swag. It's hard to keep up with it musically. I mean, once you understand everything that I'm saying and the full message and the metaphor. So, no one can ride my wave, tsunami. I'll never be trapped in the game, Jumanji. So Jumanji, obviously, the new one with The Rock, they get trapped in the game. But I'm talking about the industry. I'll never be trapped in the industry, in life, the game of life. I'll never be trapped in it. Put you forever in euphoria, and it's not a Molly. I'll have you do what I say like a commie. Bars, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Put you forever in euphoria. That can happen if you take Molly. You can end up forever in euphoria, and you can die like that. I have you do what I say like a commie. Obviously, communism. You have to do what they say, and that's the second verse. So let's get to the third. All right.
Trapped in the game.
Jumanji.
Put you forever in euphoria.
Not Molly.
I have to do what I say.
Like a commie.
Die in the cold.
Numb to your skin. Dig a hole. Jump right in. Ditch what you know. Throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold. You better know who's your friend. Die in the cold. Numb to your skin. Dig a hole. Jump right in. Ditch what you know. Throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold. You better know who's your friend.
In closing, the strange ones take life. It ain't a mystery to solve. They kill him for fun like it's game night.
I said, in closing, the strange ones take life. If you ain't seen the movie, there's a movie called The Strange Ones, and that dude's kind of off, you know what I mean? He be taking life. So in closing, strange ones take life. So like weirdos in life, they're always the ones trying to kill people, you know what I mean? So it ain't a mystery to solve. They killing for fun like it's game night. If you ain't seen the new movie Game Night, they gotta solve the mystery of who kidnapped who or whatever. But it ends up getting disrupted and real thugs come. And then so basically they gotta solve the mystery, and they killing for fun. You know, fun killing, fun. Mystery solved, game night. So in closing, the strange ones take life. It ain't a mystery to solve. They killing for fun like it's game night. You can't save the gutter. They got us running to survive like the Maze Runner. So basically, you can't save the streets, the ghetto. You can't save the way our life is, because it's built like that. They made it this way for us to live like this. They got us running to survive. You know, you see in the cover, he's running. In the whole movie, they running to survive. But in life, we on the run eating. You know what I'm saying? We surviving off a check every week. So hunger turns the violence in this cage we under. Utter the wrong word in turn, catch a blaze from thunder.
This is what it comes to.
Be hunted to become the hunter.
You left the mind. To get me, you gotta be
In tune with music like the only lovers left alive. So let me explain that. So I said hunger turns the violence in this cage we under. So obviously we are under the firmament. So we are in a dome-like tent. So it's kind of like being caged. There's boundaries. I mean, we're not even allowed to go to Antarctica unless we're being supervised. There's parts of the world you can't go, trust me. So hunger turns the violence in this cage we under. So basically animal instinct, when you put 4 people in a place where they need to eat, you know, hunger turns the violence, you know what I mean? Also, when even any aspect, like in music too, you know, somebody feels like somebody's tarnishing their name, they're gonna go at them, and people are going at you because they have a hunger. So it's turning violent. So they feel like they have to attack you because they're hungry. So hunger turns the violence in this cage we under. Utter the wrong word, in turn catch a blaze from thunder. So basically, whatever you put out in the atmosphere will come back to you. In other words, to sum that all up real quick, this is what it come to: be hunted or become the hunter. I think that's self-explanatory. You know, kill or be killed. You deaf to mine, as in you don't hear me. You don't comprehend what I'm saying. You deaf to mine. To get me, you gotta be in tune with music, like the only lovers left alive. If you've seen the movie Only Lovers Left Alive, it's basically mad biblical, and it's kind of like Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? They're Adam and Eve in that movie, in that story, if you think about it. in that movie, how do I explain this? There's a boy who comes to see Adam all the time, and he gets his music ideas and music from him. So basically, he's like the source of music. Because remember, Lucifer is the beginning of music. In heaven, he was the instrument. He made beautiful heavenly sounds. So, to get me, you gotta be in tune with music, like the only love that's left alive. So you gotta be in tune with music, like everything about music, to understand me. Cause I be looking at the source. I be looking for the source, just like Lucifer is the source in that movie Only Love Is Left Alive. He has all the instruments in the room. He never really leaves. And that's basically what it means. And that's it. So now I'm just gonna play the song so you can hear it in its entirety. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. If you watched it to the end, God bless you. I love you all. And let's get it. Please subscribe. I got more coming. I'm just getting started. So this is just the beginning. Alright? I love you. God bless.
Wait the fuck a minute. My partner just called me, asked me for a rack to next week, right? His bitch just got 9,500. Can't get his nigga 2 G's. You heard me? This is a public service announcement. All you bad bitches got this tax money, and you don't gonna pop your nigga off nothing.
Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Dish what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. All the money in the world gonna change my mind. Proud Mary, it's fucked up how I raised the 9. On the set, get shot to the neck, that's all bitches. You try to speak, no tone, your last call bitches. This is Molly's game, you gotta have a shooter. Before the last stop clock, every commuter. Nothing is forever, we're possessed to build and destroy like the Winchester. A restless means, the real criminals hide behind the badge, den of thieves. Biblically I wrote this, lighthouse by the sea. It's funny how we all have cold skin. The disaster artist, boy, this world's ruled by creepy old men wearing women's garments. President money, you could be dead for dinero. My body is my weapon, Red Sparrow. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Dish what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. I'll ghost at you, that's choking your throat through the phone. Toe tag you before you notice what you missed at home. You'll be floating, and I don't mean sitting on a boat. Real terror plots, you're falling into monsters. The Cloverfield paradox, this beam will change the world. Head hit so hard your wigs looking like carrot tops, and I don't mean the way it twirls. Splash, your brain's on the outside, but you still can't look in. Matt Damon downsized. In a small world, you'll never be good again. El Chapo, I'm good with the pen. No one can ride my wave. Tsunami, I'll never be trapped in the game. Jumanji, put you forever in euphoria, not a Molly. I have you do what I say, like a commie. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Dish what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. In closing, the strange ones take life. It ain't a mystery to solve. They killing for fun like it's game night. You can't save the gutter. They got us running to survive like the Maze Runner. Hunger turns to violence in this cage we under. Utter the wrong word, in turn catch a blaze from thunder. This is what it comes hunter. Be hunted or become the hunter. You deaf to mine. To get me, you gotta be in tune with music like the only lovers left alive. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Dish what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend. Die in the cold, numb to your skin. Dig a hole, jump right in. Ditch what you know, throw it up in the bin. Everything in cold, you better know who's your friend.